Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. It's Saturday. You know what that means. Of course, it means we're here continuing the journey of Batman Brave and the Bold. This is Season 1, Episode 8. Of course, we'll not know the title until I get into the episode. As you can probably tell with my voice, I am still sick. I'm getting over it, thankfully. I'm definitely a lot better than I was a couple days ago. But my voice is not 100% there, and I still have coughing fits from time to time, so I'm going to try my best to cut that out so you guys don't have to hear it and all that. But yeah, so I'm still under the weather, but I'm pushing through because I got to get this stuff done, and I want to continue to watch these shows and have fun and all that stuff. Last week's episode of Batman Brave and the Bold was pretty fun. Deadman was introduced, Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, and Speedy Roy was in the episode, which was really cool. But we got to see Gentleman's Ghost once again being the villain. He raised like an undead army. It was like pretty crazy stuff. But there was a lot of stuff going on in that episode. But it was fun. I guess it's like a meme, and I've heard about like a Batman kind of like Tibetan monks or something meme before. Like this idea of like he can just do this over the top stuff because he astral projects himself outside of his own body when he's buried alive to communicate with Deadman and all this stuff and enter people's bodies and stuff. It's wild, but it's one of those things where it's like you suspend your disbelief, and some of you guys were commenting in that episode last week for the reaction saying, just, you kind of got to let stuff go. I'm always going to address stuff if I feel like it just doesn't make sense or it's like too fantastical. I know in the world of DC where there's Dinosaur Island and all this stuff within this show and other things they've done, which is like crazy so far within this show so far. However, I'm still going to address it because it's like I have to, or else it feels like I'm not like pointing out the obvious of things like, really, Batman can astral project himself? So I have to address that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to dive in, guys. I'm really enjoying the journey so far, Batman Brave and the Bold. And I've said this before, I love the fact that it's different in terms of its tone and vibe and everything, going back for that Silver Age kind of era. So I'm excited to see where we go from here in terms of what's next, because I love that when I go into an episode, I don't know what to expect. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, and I love that. I love the fact that I really have no clue, because who knows what heroes or characters in general are going to pop up in the beginning before the theme, opening the show or whatever, the intro, and then what the rest of the episode is going to be, which mostly has nothing to do with what is in the opening. So, without further ado, I'm ready to dive in to see what the next adventure is. Let's get into it now, guys. Let's check it out. Let's go. Flashback, okay? Oh!
The BB gun fires a
high-intensity panchromatic disorientation strobe.
What are they doing here?
Pellets. They kept exploding on my belt.
Deuterium fluoride laser. Don't you have problems with residual heat?
They're talking about their tech. This is pretty cool. But wait, do we see what happens to him here?
Uppercuts and body slams are no substitute for having the proper tools when it comes to crime fighting.
Exactly.
But they are a whole lot more fun.
Wait, what? So is this the fall of the new Blue Beetle, or the original we just saw?
That's the best you could come up with for the secret origin of the Green Lantern? Give me a break. What?
Okay.
What's wrong with my store? How does a ring choose someone? I don't know.
That is a good question.
What happened?
It's something
some ordinary
specific.
guy just want to make s'mores?
You know he wants to tell his friend so badly, but yeah. Who's that? Jesus, right away shooting at him.
Question: do you think heroes are chosen, or is it just dumb luck?
Blue.
Yeah, ask him. Yeah, Blue.
Dr. Polaris, come on.
Dr. Polaris? Oh, okay.
Now, do you think I was chosen to replace the Blue Beetle because we
You
share
were
the same
chosen.
heroic traits?
Yes.
There've been a lot of Blue Beetles, and you're nothing like the one I knew.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
So you've been holding out on me this whole time? Dude,
Holding
come
out?
on.
Now's
He just
not
didn't
the
tell
time,
you.
Haime.
Give me the lowdown.
Leave it alone.
Hero of Hub City.
Something bad must have happened to him. That's why Batman's like, drop it, don't talk about him.
Cord Enterprises.
Ooh. That's not... Okay. Oh, the suits.
Wow. Feels like coming home.
But the house followed the Blue Beetle, I'm guessing Ted.
Apparently no one's been home in a long time.
This is not good. This is not good.
These coordinates show the last place the Beetle flew the ship to. You think he's still there? Maybe the Beetle's in danger and I'm supposed to save it.
I don't think so.
Who asked you?
Batman's not going to be happy that he took his ship.
Hey, I'm up.
Ooh.
I know I was short with you earlier, but there are things I'm not sure you're ready to deal with.
You mean like the fact that there was a Blue Beetle before me named Ted Cord? It's something I need to do.
You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Teenagers.
Oh. Clearly guards of some kind. So is Ted there?
Who are you?
Is that Ted?
I'm Haime Reyes, the new Blue Beetle. I came here to find the original.
So you're my replacement.
From now on, no more kid partners.
No more.
Of course, I guess the adult variety got me into just as many jams. And you just gave the scarab to him?
I loaned it to him. I thought maybe he could get it to work for me. I mean, he seemed so mild-mannered. I said you could borrow it. Borrow.
Okay. That's crazy.
Robotics experts.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Wait, is that actually the guy who Jaime just met?
Making license plates at Iron Heights Prison.
Holy crap. This is pretty cool, but I think that's who Jaime met, this guy. He extended his ears. What?
Looks like he had a contingency plan.
Yeah, he sure did.
We have our own.
Hit robots, make fall down?
That's the one.
What the hell? Oh my
The
god.
whole world could be just like it. No poverty or pollution. I came to this island to harness the amazing technology of the scarab to benefit all mankind. There's something I'd like to show you.
Uh-oh. I just don't trust this.
They will do the farming to feed the poor, the building to house the homeless.
No.
A vast, tireless workforce. I dream of a perfect world, but I can't do it alone. I sent out my scarab in search of an ally, programmed it to seek out someone of great virtue.
This is not Ted.
Will you help me?
No, do not help him. This is not good. This is not,
I wish Batman would have told me all this.
Batman. He's an old chum of mine. A new age of peace and prosperity for all begins in the morning.
Good night.
All unassigned drones on defense perimeter. Protocol Batman.
He knew that Batman was going to be showing up. Yep. Of course he survived that. That was a cool shot, though.
I spilled your... bullets?
Yeah, bullets, exactly. Oh my god.
No.
Yep.
Call bats? Yeah, that's just what I was thinking.
Batman won't be taking any calls.
Of course he won't, but I mean, he's there already, so.
Thanks.
I need some answers. Who is this guy? Who is he?
Initiate attack sequence.
Shit.
No missiles in the lab, please. War, conflict, strife, they'll all vanish. With
Yeah, because he'll be in
humanity under
control.
the absolute control of...
So the old Beetle turns out to be a crazy megalomaniac. Whoops.
That man isn't Ted Cord.
I knew it. I
It's
knew it.
Jarvis Cord, Ted's uncle. But Ted couldn't get the scarab to work. Instead, he used guts and technical ingenuity to battle crime as the new Blue Beetle. He used the ancient alien technology of the scarab to create an army of super androids.
He sacrificed himself. Shit.
Ted made the ultimate sacrifice, and in doing
Shit,
so,
dude.
made sure the scarab fell into the right hands.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, just great.
Can override the safeties on the reactor.
Destroy the island before the launch.
Well, they're saving him. And the whole island's gonna go boom. Oh, nice. That was good. Yep. Oh, there you go. There's the bullets. You got some rockets coming after you, buddy. Holy crap. I need a new suit, buddy. Thank you.
This baby came fully loaded. Who knew?
I told you not to wait for me.
Yeah, right.
And they're out of there. Wow, that's crazy. There's a lot of detail to that.
But being chosen doesn't make you a hero. What you choose does.
I like
I
that.
just want to do the right thing.
And there we have it, guys. This was a pretty solid episode, and I like the fact that they did not shy away from the fact that Ted sacrificed himself, and that's why the person you're seeing on the island that, you know, Haime was basically tricked into believing and thinking he's working for the original Blue Beetle, which he wasn't actually the original Blue Beetle, but you get my point. Like, he's like, oh, I can use the Scarab's powers and I can help, you know, bring energy or whatever and connectivity to the drones and all this stuff. We're going to help the world. That's not actually Ted. It's his uncle, which I wish they would have actually handled. And I'll say this one critique. It's a small critique, but just something I want to mention. And then we'll talk about everything else, which I thought was pretty good. That the reveal of when it's the flashback of Ted and, you know, Blue Beetle, Ted, and Batman, and there's the masked guy trying to get the Scarab to work and all that stuff. I wish they would have handled that a little bit better, because I figured, okay, the person that Jaime's talking to on the island, this is like the guy he's talking to is not Ted, it's this dude who's masked, right? And he's not speaking, it's this dude. It's not Ted, because Ted didn't go crazy. I just didn't think they would actually go that route. I mean, I would have been surprised if it would have went, yeah, Ted Kord, he's actually a bad guy. Like, he's now become a bad guy. Like, I would have been like, whoa, like, ballsy move. But I would have appreciated and respected it, but they didn't do that, of course. So I wish they would have maybe found a way to handle it a little bit better, that it's obvious the guy not speaking that Batman, you know, said a line to and he's running away and all this stuff, that's actually the guy that Jaime's talking to. Now, was Jarvis, you know, Kord, was he, you know, the uncle, was he sent away on this island, or was he hiding out on this island? Was Batman aware of where he was? I don't know. But this guy's been building an army and doing all this. Now, was he always planning to send out his drones and stuff without the help of the Scarab of the Blue Beetle? I don't know. But he was just like, ooh, interesting, you're here. But it's like, there was no way he actually lured Blue Beetle. It was just like Haime just randomly, because he had that conversation with his friend out in the desert about a hero being chosen and telling the story of what his version of the Green Lanterns and how a ring chooses you and all that. Then he goes to Batman, who's in the middle of a fight, and it was pretty funny. He's like, not now, okay? Blue, I think call him Blue. Blue, I'm busy right now. I'm kind of fighting a person. And I forget, Dr. something or whatever he was fighting. It was a cool design of the character. But of course, stupid enough, the guy pulled freaking the utility belt. And of course, it detonated and, you know, kind of backfired. So maybe don't use your powers to kind of magnetically pull the utility belt off Batman, because that's not going to go well for you at all. Especially with the fact that we know this version of Batman has so many gadgets and things that he has on his belt. You don't know what the hell he's going to do. I mean, they had the whole entire opening sequence before the intro of the show, where it was Ted, Kord, Blue Beetle, and Batman, and they're complimenting each other on their gadgets and how it's really important to have gadgets. And it's not all about fisticuffs and actually fighting. I mean, that's a part of it, but it's really more so about how you balance that stuff out with your technology, with your gadgets, because they even said in the episode, Ted never got the Scarab to work. Like, Haime, you were chosen by the Scarab and you actually got it to work because it actually chose you. Ted inherited the mantle of Blue Beetle from the original Blue Beetle, or the Blue Beetle before him, and he never got the Scarab to work because the Scarab never chose him. Ted chose to take on the mantle of the Blue Beetle, but never got the Scarab to work, so he got his uncle to try to open it, and then that's where things kind of fell apart. But back to the point of my thing about Ted, because I went on a tangent, so I do apologize. Ted's sacrifice, I'm happy they were not shying away in actually showing that he sacrificed himself. Now, obviously, they didn't show his body exploding, but we know he was on that rocket. It exploded in a spectacular fashion, but he made the sacrifice so that his uncle could not implement his plan at the time, and Batman, clearly, you can tell it really hurt him, because he's like, Haime, I didn't want to tell you. I didn't know if you were ready, because this line of work is not easy. Not everyone gets a happy ending. However, true, Ted did not get his happy ending, but he made the ultimate sacrifice to stop an evil plan that would have hurt a lot of people. but it still is hurtful. It still hurts Batman. Understandable. Batman, he was born out of pain, born out of his parents being murdered in front of him. So to see a former, like a former, but at the time, like a hero, a friend that worked alongside him, and clearly they had a great admiration for each other, you know, him and Ted. For Ted to make that sacrifice, it goes to show this is how far people are willing to go as being a hero. The choices that you make, it shows how far you may have to go to do what is right. And so when Batman says the line, it's not so much about like the Scarab chose you, but it doesn't make you a hero if you're chosen. It makes you a hero in terms of what you choose to do with it. Because clearly Haime could have gotten the Scarab and he could use it for evil. Because we've seen in, like, say, Young Justice, for example, there are other Scarabs, and we see how they're, I think it's like a green beetle or a red beetle or something, I forget, but like there's another beetle that's prominent in Young Justice that uses it for evil. He uses the Scarab for evil. So he could have easily done that. So when Batman says, yeah, the Scarab chose you, and that's great, but what really makes you a hero is not you being chosen by the Scarab, it's what you do, it's what you choose to do with the Scarab. Because clearly we saw how Ted tried to get the Scarab to work, and it didn't work for him, but then his uncle got a hold of it, and he wanted to use it for evil. But then Haime was actually chosen, and he's choosing to use it to be a hero. Speaking of Haime, this really was more of a prominent Haime-focused episode. Like, it was a balance act, really, where it's like a good portion of it is focused on Haime, and the other kind of half is really on Batman and the flashbacks and how it's all tying into Ted and everything, and, you know, Ted's uncle, the evil mastermind behind all this. But I like the fact that it was more of a balance because we've already been introduced to Haime. We've already seen him more than once. So the fact that he gets more of a focus in this episode, I think, was pretty smart because the story really does tie into him as a character, about him being chosen, the Scarab, and all that. So I appreciate that they didn't just focus on Batman, and Jaime's just kind of there, and it's kind of tying in because he has the Scarab and everything. But they actually make it to where he's actually getting more individual focus besides just being with Batman, right? Because they could have easily reworked this whole episode to just where he's with Batman the whole entire time, and it's still focused on Batman because it's Batman Brave and the Bold. It's not Blue Beetle Brave and the Bold. But you get my point. So I appreciate the fact that they found a balance to really give you some Blue Beetle stuff without Batman always in the frame. Like, they're actually giving him screen time on his own. And the fact they have another moment with his friend out in, like, the desert, and you know he wants to tell him so bad that he's Blue Beetle, that he's a hero, that he was chosen. Because his friend's like, nah, man, come on. He's like, because he's like, that story you told Haime, come on. Like, that's not what happened. Like, how does the ring even choose you? Fair question. If you don't know the lore and you don't know anything about this, and you're a regular person living in the world of DC and not understanding all the ins and outs of how things are done in terms of how you're chosen as a Green Lantern, you may be questioning, how does the ring even choose you? And the ring is really the thing. It's not so much the person. Like, well, it's kind of a balance. It is the person. Because if you're a Yellow Lantern, you're probably evil. You're a Red Lantern, probably evil. Green Lantern, you were chosen for a purpose, for a reason, and you're a good individual. Now, I know, of course, you know, Sinestro was originally a Green Lantern and things went south, but still. But it's a good thing to ask that question. But Haime, you know, he wants to tell his friend. He wants to tell him so bad, but he can't. Because he's like, I don't know what this is going to do to my friendship. I don't know how he's going to respond. I think eventually we're going to see him tell his friend. I think it's going to happen. Maybe not. But yeah, this episode was pretty solid overall. I'll say it was a pretty solid episode. I really enjoyed it, and I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I can't wait to see what happens next on this journey of Batman Brave and the Bold. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.